What's up guys, welcome back to Aquatic Elements. Today I thought I would shoot a really short video on this little nano marine tank that I have set up for one of my customers. Now this is something slightly different, which is why I thought I would make a video on it today. Not a very long video, but still a sort of short and concise video. Now this tank actually is a macroalgae marine system. Now the aim of this tank was to house a couple of marine fish, maybe a few little soft corals, and just generally have a small, low maintenance, easy to keep marine aquarium. Now this tank is actually really low maintenance. I do a small water change once every 3 weeks, clean the glass, clean some of the filter media in the back, trim back the macroalgae, and the tank is actually doing really well. Now before you say in the comment section this is a really strange looking marine tank, it doesn't look maybe very nice or compared to a normal sort of style of marine tank, but this is slightly different and we sort of thought a little bit outside the box with the customer on this one, and it is sort of going for that seaweed look, jungle sort of forest, a planted marine tank. So I thought it was quite interesting and something slightly different. Now this tank is really easy to maintain. We just have a simple light over the top of it. Now obviously if we had a bit more blue light, we probably wouldn't get so much of the hair algae buildup. That does come over the weeks before I service it. So you will notice a little bit of hair algae and turf algae littered throughout the rocks in here, but obviously they are using up that nutrients, and the corals in here are actually doing pretty well, surprisingly. Only get a small water change every 3 weeks. There's no coral food, there's no dosing, nothing like that, just the simple light on the top. The tank is slightly cloudy as I've just done the water change, and I've also changed the phos and carbon that we use, and that gets changed out every 3 weeks as well, just to help minimize the amount of algae growth we get within this system. So the tank is simply built up of around 3 to 4 kilos of live rock. Then we have some coral gravel in here which gets siphoned every now and then to remove any dirt and debris. We have a neon green Kenya tree in the tank as well, and I've literally just added a new soft coral. Now I definitely wouldn't recommend to the customer adding any SPS or LPS corals within this system, especially as we aren't dosing, and this is a real low maintenance, low tech aquarium. You'll be able to see we have no skimmer running. It's simply just a bit of biomedia, phos and carbon is the main chemical and biological filtration. We just have a small sponge that's cleaned out once every 3 weeks as well. Now the tank doesn't have an auto top up either. It is really low maintenance for a marine system. The customer simply tops it up once every 3 to 4 days to maintain the stability. We do have a lid on here to minimize that level of evaporation. Now the animals within this aquarium, apart from those corals I mentioned, we have a pair of blue damsels. I believe they are azure damsels, and they're actually doing really well. The tank only holds around 40 litres, but they're really well trained, come up straight for food. They're obviously a little bit scared and you probably can't see them too well at the moment as I've literally just cleaned the aquarium. And then we've also got a fire shrimp in there, picking up any leftover bits of food, and he's a little bit reclusive in this aquarium. Now for invertebrates, apart from the fire shrimp, we also have 2 snails and we've got 2 hermits as well. Super simple aquarium, but I really wanted to share it with you guys on the video today because I thought it was something slightly different and quite an easy tank to look after. The customer only tops it up and adds food, and then I come and do a little maintenance session on it, as I said, once every 3 weeks. So that is essentially it. Thought I would just shoot this little video to see that you guys can at home set up a low maintenance marine tank. If you set it up correctly, then it definitely can be low maintenance to do. And I really like the style that the customers opted for with that Colerpra. I believe this is Colerpra taxifolia or Colerpra racemosa, which is this macroalgae. Grows really well in the system, essentially creating a sort of refugium as the main display. Now this would look really nice with seahorses, but unfortunately with the filtration levels and the maintenance, we definitely could not do that on a low tech setup. But the damsel's doing really well. They previously did have a couple of clownfish, and this tank's actually been set up for around 3 years now. And overall, it's doing really well for the low maintenance that we are doing on it. But that's it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, please let me know down below. If you keep marine aquariums or you want to have your marine tank featured on the channel, let me know down below. If you do want your tank maintained or you're interested in a aquarium or pond maintenance quote, give me a little email down below. My email's in that description. I operate within the Surrey area and sort of South London area. So if you're interested in that, you can also let me know. But that's it for today's video. Thank you all for watching. Remember to keep those water changes up and happy fish keeping.